Hey there guys, and welcome back to Skyrim and Rickhart's journey through it. Our jobs lately, we've done a lot of bounty collecting, and today is going to be a little bit different. Yes, we do have one bounty to go to Velfheim Towers, which is, if I'm facing west, is east of Whiterun. As if you were walking towards Windhelm or Riften. Just depends. Also, we were speaking to the priestess in the Temple of Kinnereth, and she needs help retrieving an ancient dagger called Nettlebane. Now that is in the possession of Hagravens. Now Hagravens are extremely dangerous. They use magic and they have claws which are kind of fierce, which are very fierce, up close and personal. And I've just spotted a person of interest that I would like to speak to as well. Came across him in the town, but I didn't get a chance to speak to him. Hello, Amren.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
I am a mercenary, at the moment. You're not from Skyrim, are you?
No, I'm not. Looks like we've got something in common then. No, I'm a Redguard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since.
And I noticed you were arguing with your wife earlier. I assume it was your wife. I got pushed. What were you arguing about?
My Saphir doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room.
Do you need help finding that sword?
I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby. But I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun guards or maybe hire the companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you.
I will keep an eye out for it.
If you find that sword, please bring it to me.
So, where does he want us to go? Ooh, that's new to the map. I am assuming he wants us to go to White River Watch, which is on the way to Velfheim Towers. Let's just bring that up on the quests. Find Amren's family sword inside White River Watch. So yeah, if we check the map again, we have White River Watch, Velfheim Towers, and Orphan Rock is actually down here. Now we know it gets very cold here. I mean, if you remember when we went to the ritual site just here. Don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously we're gonna go kill some bandits. I do need to speak with Carlotta, and I can find her in the market. I need to tell her that I beat up Mikhail. No doubt she'll be happy to hear that. The only thing I am lacking on is some supplies for food, but I'm sure once we go to the bandits' camps we will find some.
Propositioning me, but that bard is the worst.
Ah, he won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? You convinced that lute player to stop chasing me?
Mm-hmm.
I'd thank the gods, but I'll settle for thanking you. Here's some coin for your help.
Nice.
Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables every day.
Actually,
What do you need, my friend? Take a look.
do you have any? No. Although it's just simple food will do. I'll take it. And we'll take butter. Some cabbage, some leeks, some potatoes.
What do you pick up there?
Thanks for the business.
Oh, I wish I saw that first. You're so lucky.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the coat. If it's work you need, how about shopping up drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry?
It's good to know. I just need some salt. A little bit will do. Do you have any cooked? Yes, you do.
Need any
That'll do me.
just let
Hero
me know.
named Ragnar the Red.
Who are you?
Riding to Whiterun from old Rorik's stay.
You want something from me?
And the braggart did swagger and
Well, I've never seen you here before, although I've been here less than a week, so... Who are you?
but then he
Take a
went
look.
quiet, did Ragnar. When he met the shield
You sell... Ah, you're a travelling merchant.
All right then.
That Carmela must be your bodyguard.
you talk and you lie and you drink all of me. Now I think it's high
So
time
let's
Mom.
make some...
flee.
Ooh, I can only make one thing.
And so they
Let's
take
see. Restores 10 points of health, restores 380 points of hunger.
seal,
10 points health, 10 points stamina,
and the braggart
10 points health, 8 points... Oh, we'll make the cabbage potato soup, there we go.
when his ugly red head rolled around
You
on
want
the
a drink?
floor.
No.
Now please, no more questions.
Then stop asking me if I want anything. You can pick up the potatoes. Sorry about that. Let's eat that salmon steak. Where is it? There it is. And now for the road. Okay, so here we are. We're just about to cross the bridge over, which is just before White River Watch. We could go do the Hagraven first, but I think what we should do is White River Watch, Valfine Tower, and then camp, which I believe it will be dark at that point, and then we should make our way to Orphan Tier via Riverwood. That building there kind of sticks out just a little bit. Always be careful with this skull, because I always tend to walk over deer skulls and they always seem to hurt me. It's rather annoying. So I do always find that I need to... There's either a skeever or a wolf somewhere on this road. Doesn't seem to appear to be this time. I'm going to use my bow as we approach White River Watch, because there are some bandits on the outside, and this is quite a longish dungeon. There shouldn't be any chance of being overwhelmed. Who is that? And they don't seem to be stopping. Who are they? Bandits? Necklace of the Minor Squire. I'll take it. That was very odd, but quickly dealt with. I am noticing to see that my damage is doing quite a bit to bandits, although they are the lowest, and bandit chiefs are still giving me not huge amounts of problems, but putting the game on expert at this point I think is a bit early. But they're still not exactly hidden. Oh. There is something. Oh, see, there is a skeever. I wish it would stop moving. Got it. That'll be there for me when I come back. Skeever tails do work in alchemy, and they are pretty useful at damage stamina. I'm feeling peckish. Let's take some food. Going into combat a little bit hungry is not something I want.
Never should have come here.
break for cover. Ow. Ow. The computer is almost so much better at aiming, because they literally just have to be like, why am I sitting on the bench? Get back in the game. There we go. Search the bandit. Lock picks. I'll take those arrows. Arrows, I've come to notice, weigh an awful small amount, but weigh they do. Frost Miriam. They have, I can see, garlic. It's an alchemical ingredient. Novice lock. Amethysts, coin, and minor magicka. Potatoes, apples, salt. See, there we go. Now I can camp and I can finally cook stuff, and I can chop some wood here. I'm not in that dire need of those supplies though. Let's see what's in here. Carrot. Didn't want the bucket. Let's drop the bucket. There we go. There we go. White River Watch.
Who's there? Rodolphe? That you?
Yes.
Boss was looking for you, said he'd be up at the summit. Better not keep him waiting.
Now, Ulfa the Blind here will always detect you even when you're sneaking, because he's kind of like, he's not Fulmer, but he has the hearing of Fulmer, because he is indeed, if we check his book, no pages, he's blind.
Good luck out there.
He's not hostile to you. You can kill him, you don't have to. So, we're actually not going to. Why am I still... Jesus. Do I have any baked potatoes? No, I don't. Fine, I'll have a cooked beef. I am well fed. Fur armor. Hopefully I can find a torch in here, because I don't feel really safe going into any dungeons until I have a torch. Granted, I don't think they'll be that dark, but I just want one. What have we got here?
So you win?
Yeah. We can't have that roomy-eyed fool as our watchman, even if he is Hajvar's uncle. Time we dealt with both of them.
We strike tonight at dusk. Be ready.
They're going to kill the blind man. Are we thinking headshot?
Huh?
Nope.
Thought I heard.
Still one more. Let's take out the sword. Mercenary sword. There we go. And of course, this would be the bowman. And go back to sneak. Let's just remove him from there, because if this takes long enough and it's dark outside, I'll want to sleep there. Anything on you? The cake and the diamond. I'll take it. Fur helmet. If I'm going up into the Gerald Mountains again, I'm not going to freeze my arse off this time. going to be smart about it. I don't like clams. I'll take... Oh, I took everything, didn't I? Explorer's Guide to Skyrim. The Hope of Redoran. Oh, chest. Amethysts. We'll leave the ingot because it's too heavy. Take the gold though. I hear homes in Skyrim are... Oh, a blacksmith's potion. I hear homes in Skyrim are very expensive. It's good to know there's an alchemy station here. I might want to make some potions. There's a lot of mushrooms in here. Switch back to the bow.
You think it'll work?
Of course not. Dogs I could train, but a half-starved wolf, not a chance.
Right. Lucky if it doesn't rip our throats out.
I wonder. Yeah.
What was that?
Over here!
No! Ah!
Come on then. Come on then. Can't block an arrow, fool. There is still one more. He moved very quickly. He's just about able to see him.
Where are you? Ah!
Gonna switch to the sword and we're gonna sprint up and finish him.
Ah, found you!
Take those steel arrows. So it seems like they were trying to train a wolf to be like a trained hound. That was never going to work, was it? You can jump up and try and loot that body. I ain't gonna do that. That's a long way to fall. There we go. So it should just be one more. And that should be the leader. Now I am going to pull out the bow. While we are hidden, we only have one chance at this. Nope, before you fall, come here. Hajvar's Journal. And the Iron Hand Gauntlets. This is the first, I think this is it's not a unique enchantment, but it is, these are unique gauntlets. They just have two-handed attacks, 50% more damage. Oh, I haven't done that in ages. Not put my phone on silent. I'm better than that. There are some potions here, we'll take that, and it is already dark. Which is good, because I did notice I do need to level up. Here's Amaran's family sword. Helmet of Minor Conjuring. Scroll of Firestorm. 75-point fiery explosion centered on the caster. Does more damage to closer targets, and a garnet. I do like this place. This is one of the best views. It's sad that it is owned by a bandit to have one of the best views in all the game. From Hajvar's journal, I think if I remember right, you do kind of learn that a mutiny is about to take foot. That Ulfa the Blind is Hajvar's uncle. And as we heard from the bandits, they're not happy about having a blind man be their watchman. So they were going to kill him and Hajvar. But as we're here, that never happens. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make some alchemical potions, and then we're going to sleep and eat. So I'll see you guys in the morning. There we go. So those guys, they had a lot. They had a lot of salt. So now I have a lot of well-seasoned food. White River Watch is one bandit hold that I do like to sneak through, because there's just a lot of dialogue to hear from the bandits, like Ulfa himself, and then the bandits who want to kill him. And you know, it's always fun hearing the dialogue that they have. You know, the uniqueness to each dungeon. Otherwise, if you rush through them, it makes every dungeon feel like, you know, the same, that there's no difference between them. Velfine Keep is a bandit hold that doesn't have that much going on, but I often get sent here for quite a lot of things. I do like it for, you know, just for its location. It is one of my favourite dungeons. Well, it's not really a dungeon. It's not really a keep either. It's just sort of there. But I do like it. I tend to use it as kind of like for cinematic archery, so you'll see me using a lot of archery for it. One thing that is unique about Velfine Keep is that it's used as a toll bridge. There's a bandit outside, and if you just simply walk up to them, the bandit will approach you and tell you to. No, there's a wolf. They'll tell you to pay a toll, and you know, if you do pay that toll, they'll let you pass. That is a lot of guards in front of us. This must be part of immersive patrols, which does make sense, but they all have very odd faces. Oh well. It doesn't bother me so much, just so long that every NPC doesn't have strange faces. Now you can see that there is a fort on the other side of that ridge. And there's Velfine. Now tell me you're not going to fire arrows across that thing, because you have some bandits on this side, and then crossing the bridge you'll have even more. I think there are about 7 in total. I think 7 is a good number. 1 at the door, 1 on top, and then I think you have like 4 on the other side. But if you don't do this in a sneaky fashion, then you'll have like a good fight out on the bridge. It's very easy not to get overwhelmed with this one, just simply because the bridge is too narrow for them to, you know, move across. And this one's seen me already. Is she gonna hit me? Yes, she is. That seemed a bit dumb. I am hidden once again. As you can see, I just saw him. There is a bandit on the very top, one on that board. Let's see if we can shoot him down. There is one there, I need to be careful. Am I going to be able to get to see him? No, 'cause I think... I think they're trying to attack a deer simultaneously. That normally happens. Oh, that must have just gone over his head. How am I not hitting him? There we go. Moved. Back. Nope. Dead. And full. There we go. We're actually going to switch to the sword for the meantime. And there are a lot of minor healing potions out throughout the way. We're going to do our looting after this just because we could get in trouble here. Touch that one. Oh, where are you?
Just give up.
Don't give him time. And now we switch back to the bow. There you are.
Victory for Sovngarde!
That sounds close. Ouch. I thought it sounded very close. Oh, hello. Here's the chief. So now we can return to Proventus Avenici, but I think we still have 1 or 2 bandits out there. Uh-oh. How did a mud crab get up here? Are we done? Hidden. Yes, we are. So we are done. I do like that view. That is a view I am envious of. I wish you could just turn any bandit hold into a home, because this would be it. Anyway, we can't do that. There is loot to be had in this side of the tower. And yeah, there is a chest. Can I loot each individual barrel? Oh, I'll take the flower. Cure disease, I have that. Minor healing. And I'll take the iron ore. There is also an archery skill book here. This is how much I know. I know a lot about Valfheim Keep. The air is comfortable here. It has started to rain. That's gonna make me a bit cold. Novice. Oh wow, that's a lot. Silver ingot. Copper sapphire circlet, amulet of arcane. I'm carrying too much. Of course I am. Although I do have an emergency for that. Hide boots of hauling. Mysterious Mysterious Akaviri, Dancing Fire. Now you're one more level and you'll find the boss loot. There it is. Gold. Novice Robes of Destruction and Alteration. Destruction spells cost 12% less, Magicka regenerates 15% faster, Alteration spells cost 12% less. I think we can sell that. And here we have the Black Arrow. which is one of my favourite books, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to read that later. I think what might be best is actually to return to Whiterun no, actually. Go to Riverwood. Speak to Bellathor and sell our stuff there. Here we find Imperial Bow of Arcing. I'm going to take that. There's always an enchanted bow at the top of this tower. Always, always, always. Okay, so now we're going to head towards Riverwood. And we're going to sell our stuff there because I don't know why, but Bellathor keeps glitching. And he never has an inventory, and I never have an inventory, funnily enough. So actually, I'll take the chitin and the legs. So yeah, it's very strange. So I can never sell a lot of stuff. So I can never sell all my stuff in Whiterun. It's very annoying. Now I'm wet. Oh, I don't like the rain. Oh, wait, is it stopping? Oh, the gods heard me. Oh, but now it's snowing. Anyway, could be worse, I suppose. I did take a perk in Restoration, so now my healing is more effective, so I don't have to hold it for as long, so that noise, this noise, can go away quicker. Oh boy. Necromages. Filthy necromancers. They popped in really quickly. Yeah, I do remember this spot outside Riverwatch is a hot spot for all things try to kill me. Yes, I have changed attire just simply because it's cold. Does not appear to be helping. There we go, it stopped snowing, it stopped raining. I kind of love Riverwood because it just always looks and feels amazing. To the spirit, to the soul. It's refreshing in a way. It must be about noon. Yeah, just past noon. We are at sun's height. There we are. We're not tired, but we are a little bit hungry. But we are here just to pop into Bellathor's. Maybe at the same time we can improve some of our gear. I don't think I can, but it is worth a look.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
I can come back later.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
No, it's fine. So tell me, does your inventory work?
Well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop.
Did something happen?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in. We still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing.
Oh?
An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
Well, I wonder why they could be interested in that. I would say I'm not one for thief chasing, but I did retrieve Amaran's sword. Maybe once I've done what I'm about to do in Orphan Rock, maybe I could look for your claw if I have time. Maybe.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northeast of town. Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
Oh, I'm not going now, so there's no need to guide me now.
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Yay, you have an inventory. Right, I have a lot to sell you. Imperial Bow of Arcing. Although one can say I should have disenchanted that. I have an Amulet of Arcane, 2 copper circlets. There we go. I've got a decent amount of gold now. I'm saving up.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow.
I'm not going there now, just go back inside. Don't need to cook anything. I am a little bit hungry though, so let's just fill on up. Let's have a leg of roast. And some wine. Why not? Need warming up. Maybe the alcohol can do it. Mushrooms, thank you. I feel like I'm walking back this way quite a lot. But I never get tired of just looking at that blue sky. Maybe Falkreath Hold is a place for a good home. It is a very, very well vegetated, and there's a lot of game. You can do a lot of hunting there. I'm not sure how bounty hunting goes there, but maybe it's worth it. I mean, yeah, Whiterun is profitable, but then Falkreath doesn't seem that far away from Whiterun, so maybe a commute is in order. You know, just 20 coins on the wagon every day. Doesn't sound that bad. And I rarely get attacked by anything on this road. See, it's family friendly as well. Oh, is there a hunter down there? Yeah. Let's look at the pure waters. It's gorgeous. Oh, now Helgen is almost... Helgen does have bandits, so we'll need to be careful. But I don't think we're going that far. Yeah, we will be going past it again. I do almost feel like this is a suicide mission. Hag Ravens are not easy by any means. Especially if there's more than one of them. Hello. Who are you?
What is it now?
Ah, you're a member of the Companions. Why did you join the Companions?
To hear Farkas tell it. Our father raised us here as happy pups. Running around, biting knees. I love my brother, but his brains are not his strong suit. We were brought here by Jürgen. Whether he was our father or not, I don't care. He left to fight in the Great War and never came back. So he's not my problem anymore. We've been here as long as either of us can remember, though. So try to show some respect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't mind if I loot that cat that you killed? Thank you. The pelts are nice, they sell well, and teeth restore stamina. Makes them very useful for potions. I keep bumping into these companions everywhere I go. It's almost like the game is trying to advertise, join the companions, speak to them, talk to them, hear their stories. I have stories of my own, you know. One day I'm going to be big and famous. We're going to need to be tactical about dealing with the hag ravens. That's why I did buy some resist fire potions, and I have plenty of magic resist potions as well as my own Breton ability. Oh no, that's a new feature. Goat heads. And human remains, nice. It's good to know that we have such pleasant neighbours. But oh well, it's not my problem. Is that me getting cold? No, that's me getting tired. There we go, Orphan Rock is not terribly far away now. So actually what I'm going to do is put some new potions on the favourites list. Let's see, let's put that one there. And resist fire and resist magic. They do like to use destruction spells. Normally fire, fireballs, stuff like that. Poison is to just, maybe I can do some extra damage, some sneak damage. Orphan Rock. Why do I get the feeling that there is definitely more than one hag raven? There's never normally just one. Am I going the right way? No. No is the answer. I need to be on the other side of that ridge. Should stick to the road so I can see things coming. I don't like running through bushes. It's definitely starting to snow now. I always find it disconcerting when my sneak levels and I have no idea if anything's near me. Which? Oh, oh. Switch to the sword. Nice. Back to sneak. No. There's still one more enemy here. And by the looks of it, I think it is the hag raven. We're going to try and take at least one shot. Where is she? I think she's up on the hill. Can't see her yet. Hopefully she doesn't have many other witches with her. the thing I remember. Hag Ravens, they tend to be the leaders of covens. I don't understand why these witches would want to become Hag Ravens. I mean, oh damn you. I just missed with my poisoned arrow.
You're pathetic.
Oh! Heal! You're fighting me with a dagger. That Hagraven has the advantage, however. Ow! Very good at aiming. This is very stupid. Am I really going to run towards her with my lesser ward? Oh dear. Oh, you know what? You know what will help? Magicka. 2. Restore health. Restore Magicka. No, she's very tough. So you know what? I think I have more poisons. Yeah, frostbite venom. Right, she's gonna kill me. If I can keep her to not use magic. Nope, she's using magic. Dead. Nettlebane. Mine. Now, Spriggan. This best be worth it, Danica. Yeah, those other witches must have come from over there. We all done here? Hope so. It's getting cold. Campfire. Supplies, anything? Hawk and meat is always nice. Nice. An adept locked chest. Nice, this makes it all worth it. Minor restoration. I'm actually going to disenchant that. Frostbite, pretty soul gem, and flawless garnet. There was a disenchanter over there. I'm actually going to learn that enchantment. Restoration spells cost less. Did I loot that one already? Yes, I did. Take the Hagraven's feathers. You can see there's also Death Bell. There we go, so I'll take that one and that one too. Do I need to level yet? Oh, I do. The next time I sleep, I can level. And what's the time? 5:47. You know what? We actually will, against better judgment, take my iron arrow back. Some nightshade. Against better judgment, we will actually sleep here. Get a good 12 hours. Here you go, The Hope of Redoran by Turiel Nirith. One of the few magical arts the Psijics of Artaeum have kept to themselves away from the common spells and schools of the Mages Guild is the gift of divination. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, omens and prophecies abound in Tamriel. Some of substance, others of pure folly, and still others of some ambiguous. Others so ambiguous as to be unverifiable. There are still other prophecies kept secret from the prophecies of Drogizad in Elsewhere, and the Nerevarine in Morrowind, to the Elder Scrolls themselves. The Nord nobility have a tradition of having omens read to their children. In general, these readings are of obscure variety. One of my acquaintances told me that her parents were told, for example, that their daughter would have their life rescued by a snake, and so gave her the name Serpentkin in a special ceremony. And this young lady, Aria Valcor Serpentkin, was indeed saved by a snake many years later when an assassin, creeping on her, stepped on a Darswim, on a Danswim viper. Occasionally, omens seem to be almost purposefully misleading, as if Boethia had crafted them as traps. I recall one particularly. Many years ago, a male child was born into House Redoran. It was a very difficult birth, and the mother was delirious and near death by the time it was over. She chanted as her son came into the world, and she passed from it. Fortune has smiled this day, not frowned. My child will be mighty and mind in an arm. He shall bring hope to the house, Redoran. Neither spell nor blade shall hurt the man, nor illness nor poison cause any harm. His blood shall never drop on the ground. The boy, named Andus, was indeed extraordinary. He was never ill and never suffered so much as a scratch. All through his childhood, he was also quite intelligent and strong, which combined with his invulnerability, caused many to call him, after his mother's omen, the Hope of Redoran. Of course, anyone who is called the Hope of Redoran will eventually develop some taint or of impertinence, and it wasn't long before he had enemies. His worst enemy was his cousin, Athin, who had borne much abuse at the hands of Andus. Primary among the grudges was that Athin had been sent to Rickhart to complete his education at Andus's insistence. When Athin returned from Hammerfell, it was because of the death of his father, who had also been a councillor of the house. Athin was old enough to take his seat in the council, but Andus claimed the seat as well, saying that his cousin had been gone too long from Morrowind and didn't understand politics as he did. The majority of the house agreed with Andus, wanting to see the Hope of Redoran rise quickly. Athin exercised his right to combat his cousin for the seat. No one thought he had any chance of winning, of course, but the battle was scheduled to commence the following morn. Andus whored and dined and drank with the councillors that night, confident that his place in the house was secured, and the hopeful new dawn of House Redoran was rising. Athin retired to his castle with his friends, Anders his enemies, and his servants, and he had brought from Hammerfell. Athin and his friends were discussing the duel morosely, when one of his old teachers, a warrior called Shadi, came into the hall. She had grown quite proud of her student over the years in Hammerfell, proud enough to accompany him across the Empire to his family's lands, and wanted to know why they had so little confidence in his odds in battle. They explained to her Anders' uncommon blessings and the nature of his mother's omen. If he can't be harmed by disease, poison, magicka, and his blood can never be spilled, what hope have I of ever besting him? Cried Athin. Have you remembered nothing I taught you? Replied Shadi. Is there no weapon you can think of that will slay without blood? Are words and spears and arrows the only items in your arsenal? Athin quickly realised the weapon Shadi was speaking of, but it seemed absurd, not only absurd but pathetic and primitive. Still, it was the only hope he had. All that night Shadi trained him in the art and technique, showing him various swings and stances her people had developed in Albion Gora, counterattacks, feints and blocks imported from Yokuda, the classic one and the two-handed grips for the most ancient weapon in history. The cousins faced one another the next morning, and never have two combatants looked so unevenly matched. Anders' entrance brought a great cheer, for not only was he much beloved as Hope of Redoran, but as his victory was foregone conclusion, most wanted to be in good standing with him. His shining mail and blade drew admiration and awe by contrast. Athin drew a gasp of surprise and only a smattering of polite applause. He appeared, costumed and armed like a barbarian. As Shadi had suggested, Athin allowed Anders to attack first. The Hope of Redoran was eager to finish the battle and take the power he deserved quickly. The blade pushed by Anders' mighty arm slashed across Athin's chest, but shallowly, and before it could be counterswung, Athin knocked it back with his own weapon. When Athin attacked and wounded Anders, the Hope of Redoran was so surprised by being hurt for the first time in his life, he dropped his sword. The less said about the end of the battle, the better. Suffice it to say that Athin, wielding a simple club, battered Anders to death, without spilling a drop of blood. Athin took his father's seat as counsellor, and it was then said that the hope in the omen referred to Athin, not Anders. After all, had Anders not tried to take the counsellor's seat away from his cousin, Athin, being not very ambitious, might have never tried to get it, and it can certainly be argued that way, I suppose. There you go, so there's more than one way to skin a cat. It seems that Athis was the dark horse in that one. There you go, so we are at the crack of dawn here, so we are going to have ourselves our venison chop. And I'm going to begin my way back to Whiterun, and we're going to speak to Danica and Ambron and Preventus, because, you know, I've done well today, and I'm carrying the largest score I've ever had. And I can't remember which way to go. I think it's that way. Yeah, we need to head definitely south. Definitely head south. Otherwise we're going to start walking up the side of the throat of the world. Uh-oh. Ow, that was a full on in the face. Flame action orc. Oh, that was one hell of a shot. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Action Orcs do that. Is that just a random Action Orc? That's so rare. I imagine being near this is actually quite warming. Just an Action Orc? There was no Necromancer or Conjurer? Huh. I've never had that happen before. Maybe I have. Just maybe don't remember it. If I've been attacked by Action Orcs on the road, there's always been a Conjurer. Never just an Action Orc by itself. Spriggans, yes. Flame Action Orcs, no. I suppose it was good that there was no Conjurer there, because I would have slain him. This is actually a really nice morning that we're having. What is that? Seems to be a campfire of some kind. Well, it could be bandits, it could just be a simple hunter. So we shan't bother them. Not until they bother us. Can I get that fox? Nope. I'm not going to try either. There's no... I mean, sure, foxes have pelts, but they move around just as quickly as rabbits, but rabbits at least drop food you can cook. Foxes don't, although you could still call them a form of dog, so they should drop dog meat, but they don't. Oh well. Here we are in Riverwood. We're going to be safe here for the meantime until we pass through. We're not stopping here. I know we're tired, but we can push straight through onto Whiterun. No problem. Oh, I think there was one thing. There is one thing I always feel like needs explaining when you start a new game. Is it sure? It's very easy to say that the game allows you to go anywhere you kind of want to go upon, upon beginning the game. In my first ever playthrough, when I first played Skyrim back on the PS3, I did very rarely venture away from Whiterun. I did an awful lot of bounty hunting, just going back and forth to the Jarl's Steward. Who have we got here? We killed 2 saber cats. Old orc.
I am waiting for a good death.
Are you? What is a good death?
Yes. Were I to simply lay down and die, it would not please Malakath.
Well, very rarely anything does please the gods. Why do you wish to die?
My time has come. I am old. Too old to become chief. It would be wrong for me to take wives at this age. So I will die. Malakath has given me a vision of a glorious death. I am to wait here until it finds me. As you can see, it has not yet arrived.
You don't look that old. Certainly you can still be a strong, capable warrior.
One should find his death while he can still call himself a proper man. We Orcmen are not like these Nords and Imperials who carry on until they are gray and feeble and their hair falls out. To cling to something past its usefulness is unseemly. How much more so when that thing is you?
Well, it appears I can't talk you out of this.
You should leave. I don't want you scaring off my good death.
Jesus. Well, good luck on your death. But yeah, back to the topic I was talking about. Whiterun has an awful lot of bandit holds for you to get used to the prospect of bounty hunting. You can do this in any hold. You can do this in Solitude, Markarth, Falkreath, Riften. I would recommend that you do it in Whiterun, and I'm going to tell you why. Unless, you know, you use mods and you want to you want to level quicker, but you play on an extremely tough difficulty. Let's say you go to Riften and do bounty hunting. The dungeons in Riften, now you just need to look at 2 dungeons in particular which you're always going to be sent to, and that's Trevor's Watch and Fowder's Tooth. If you go in there as anything lower than a level 10 on Adept, even just Adept, you're going to get outnumbered very quickly from bandits on the outside and bandits on the inside. For those 2 dungeons they're very large, they have very big rooms. You know, it's tough for you to get the hang of combat if you're always dying. Markarth is said the same, because the Reach is full of savages who will literally attack you at random. And it's snowing here, it's really starting to get on the Nelly. So Solitude is the same. There's a fort just on the north side that's always full of bandits. That one was always giving me trouble whenever I wanted to join the Legion. And Falkreath has a lot of forts in the southern region as well, which again also have a high number of enemies inside. Whiterun is a good place to get used to combat, because you know the places that we go to have 5-6 bandits tops. Valfiend Keep, Silent Moon's Camp, Haunted Stream Camp, what were they, 7 to 10 bandits, and you're in and out, no problem. You can do it any way you want, use magic, use bow and arrows. Anywhere else is just, you know, if you want to go find those places at early levels, then go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. You know, they say that the game isn't going to try and stop you. The game is going to try and stop you, because sure, kind of like wherever you go, levels aren't going to be a problem. Morthal doesn't really have anywhere. It's just full of vampires, particularly on the outskirts in this region. There's a few undead crypts. I think one's there and one is also there. Even when you're on the road to Solitude and you go past Rorikstead, which is sort of here, there's a place called Robber's Gorge here, and that one again is another toll bridge, much like Valfiend Keep, but there are many more bandits there. I mean, what's the game without just a little bit of challenge? But I don't know, I like Whiterun. It's simple. I wouldn't call it easy, but it's easier than your other options. So that's why I like to stick to Whiterun. Plus, in my opinion, the more you do in one area, and the longer you do it for, immediately makes the game feel so much bigger. Now, if you literally discover every single bandit hold in this area, then the game is going to feel mighty after it. I mean, sure, that's a matter of perspective, but to me, I always feel for me, it's always been the best way to play. Center yourself in one hold until you're like level 10, level 15, and then start to explore. And you know, level 10 to level 15, you've done the basics that the game wants to show you in the area it wants you to learn it in. Amron, I have your sword.
Tried mercenary work? It might suit you. You found it! I've been looking for that blade for months! You took on all those bandits yourself? Thank you. Here, my father had a favorite sword and shield technique. Let me teach it to you, in honor of his memory.
Thank you. I may use that one day. Who else did we want to speak to? Danica. Temple of Kinnereth, which is this building, no? It's directing us to another door. Oh, just the side door. Danica!
So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy hag ravens yet?
Yes! It wasn't easy.
Oh, well, I honestly didn't expect you to come back. Of course, I'm glad you did. Now, I don't really want to touch that thing, though. Do you think you could handle the next steps?
What needs to be done?
Eldergleam Sanctuary Grove is to the east of here. You can use Nettlebane to retrieve some of its sap.
Retrieve Eldergleam's sap.
Was I correct in hearing that you were traveling to the Grove of the Eldergleam?
Can I help you?
I am a traveler, a pilgrim. I follow the voice of Kinnereth wherever it can be heard. I've dreamed of seeing Eldergleam for years. Might I travel alongside you? I promise not to get in the way.
The fever. My body burns.
You're welcome to join me.
I thank you for your kindness.
Great. Now I'm going to be babysitting. Right. Well, I just have one more thing to do. Then I need to eat, sleep, and drink because I'm a human being. Somewhat. There's half elf in there somewhere. And then, only then are we going to go to Eldergleam. You're really messing with my schedule, man. Right, now, prevent us, because I need to get paid. I don't do all this for free. Hi there again, the usual.
May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
Valfiend bounty is taken care of.
Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
God, you're just going to shadow me, aren't you? Jesus Christ. You know what? If we're going to the inn after this, you're paying for the beds. Separate beds.